Hey guys, so I haven't been posting very many videos this past week just because I've been really busy with everything that I'm trying to keep up with, my art, and I'm also getting ready for a piano recital too, so that's kind of been taking a lot of my focus. But I'm going to give you guys a decent video of something that I wanted to talk about for a while, but I guess I forgot to talk about it, or maybe I thought I did already. But before I get into that, I just want to give you guys an update on how my weed quitting has been going. And so far, it's been going great. The first few 3-4 days were probably the hardest because I was getting the cravings, lack of appetite, and for the first day, I was getting night sweats. Now I don't necessarily experience the cravings so much. It was more of the act of smoking that I was so addicted to, I think. I was addicted to the act of it was a compulsive habit for me. It's like sucking your thumb almost. And so instead I tried to retrain my brain to sip tea instead of smoke, so I'm drinking a lot more tea now, but it's definitely the right choice. I'm not spending nearly as much money, so I can actually save more money and actually invest in certain things. And I like the idea that I'm not a slave to weed anymore. I don't feel I never really liked that part of it. I'm still gonna use it maybe once every 30 days for the experience, but I'm pretty sure that the time in my life where I use it every day is over, and I don't really want to go back to that anyways. So I think that this is the right step for me. And it's nice though. I'm pretty much raw dogging reality fully. I'm completely sober for the most of the time. I haven't tripped for a while, and I don't really consider that to be any kind of addictive activity. I just haven't had time to trip and have a report for you guys. Anytime I have a trip, I report it to you guys. So it's more of just taking drugs. It's more of a an experience that I'm trying to have and I'm trying to share with you guys and maybe for research purposes possibly, so that more people know about it. But anyways, I won't drone on more about that. I'm going to get into the topic that I want to discuss. And this is actually going to be a throwback kind of thing to when back in 2013, at the beginning of my psychotic episode. This was when it was initially coming on and all the strange things was happening. There was completely bizarre things that I've never experienced before, and now I was starting to experience them. So how it went was, back then my dad had all of his electronic equipment back in the basement, so because he does a lot of design work, so he has oscilloscopes and certain power supplies and other types of equipment. And it was all sitting on that table over there, and at this time there was a TV there, and I had a electronic vaporizer with a tube, and I was using that to smoke my DMT with. And at this point, anytime that I would smoke DMT, I was actually keeping my eyes open, and usually nothing would really happen in my open eye, but that completely changed. Anytime that I smoked it, I would open my eyes and then I would see all of the electronic equipment. It would be kind of like that Toy Story episode when Woody reveals that the toys are alive.
So play nice.
And I was pretty much Sid in that instance. And basically what happened was when I would look at the electronic equipment, I would at first see nothing there in terms of tripping, but then all of a sudden it would literally come to life. And how it came to life was everything basically expanded in, I would say that it was tessellating, so all of the edges started to create more dimensionality, so everything started to become alien technology, basically. And when I was looking at it, all of it started to come alive. I actually drew what I was seeing to give you guys an example, and this was drawn back in 2013. But it was starting to freak me out because everything was literally coming to life. I never experienced open-eyed visuals that much with DMT before, and now everything was going nuts, and everything was basically implanted with a soul or some sort of essence, and it was alive, and it was moving. It was almost like the wires and everything were dancing around, and on the displays, like the oscilloscope displays, those would look like mouths, and the knobs would look like eyes and things like that. I know it's the pareidolia effect that's going on that makes me see that specific stuff, but it was just so vivid and so real that it really took me by surprise, and I was literally thinking that, you know, something's going on here, and maybe I'm contacting something, maybe something is happening, and there's spirits going on, or spirits going into my electronics equipment. But yeah, that was just one of the strangest things that's ever happened in my open eyes. It doesn't happen too much anymore. I remember even the things on the floor, because there were specific electronics equipment and screws and nails and things, or like cases of nails and even toolboxes on the floor. It was pretty messy back then, I think. So it was just so bizarre that when I smoked the DMT, all of a sudden everything came to life and was the same as the Toy Story episode where everyone, all of the toys come to life and basically scare Sid, and I was Sid at this point. But you know, I'm not nearly as much of a terror guy as Sid, but I guess that I needed to be scared in some way, and it wasn't scary for me. It was just very interesting. But after that experience, I pretty much had my episode stuff, and you guys know all about that. Well, I probably haven't gone into it more than that, or more than what I've said before, so I'll probably make more videos as you guys were requesting me to talk about more what happened and everything. But those were specific visual effects that I was having that were extremely powerful that I actually don't get anymore. But also, I don't really open my eyes when I smoke DMT, so this didn't really seem like something that was out of the usual, I think. I'm sure if I had more experiences with my eyes open, then I would have seen similar things. But I've done that before, and everything just seems very ancient. And like if I'm opening my eyes in my room when I'm because most of the time I'm just tripping in my room upstairs, and it's dark and everything. So my room usually feels very ancient and very almost Egyptian-like. It's really hard to explain, but that was definitely some of the most bizarre visual effects that I've ever had with DMT, and it would really be interesting to try to recreate those visuals. I was thinking about getting all those electronic equipment specifically so that I can have that experience again. And you know, it'd be nice to tinker around with things too. I liked learning some of the electronic stuff when my dad had it here, so yeah, I think that kind of environment was really cool because it basically made my room feel like an alien spaceship, and I felt like I was an actual alien, and I was on my TARDIS or something, and I was maybe Doctor Who or something. I don't know. It was very strange, but it was very, very cool. And I'm really glad that I actually drew what was going on while this was happening, because it's nice to actually have a reference or a visual reference to give you guys. Usually I was posting this stuff via writing in theshroomery.org, but now I have my channel and I can just talk and not have to write things down for you guys. Most of my videos are pretty much on the fly. I don't really write a script. I like being able to just talk to you guys and not have to have a set thing of what I'm gonna say. Usually, it flows better. I feel like that, or I feel when I do it that way. So, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys thought that was interesting, and if you guys want to ask me questions or share experiences that you've had in the open eye when things actually come to life, I'd definitely be interested in hearing about that. So I will see you in the next video, which hopefully will be soon.